And then she started to, she was telling me about the, she brought up the situation of her fecal matter on the bed. And I, and she tried to blame it on the dogs. But
why didn't you think it could have been the dogs?
The dogs weigh, they're teacup Yorkies. They weigh about 4 pounds each.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and now that we're seeing some real movement, not of that variety, in the Johnny versus Amber case, we saw some just mind-blowing testimony yesterday. So mind-blowing that it was literally trending worldwide. #MePoo. That's right. There is now a legal record of Johnny describing what was allegedly left on his bed by Amber because she was mad at him and it wasn't a mint. And even more egregiously, she tried to blame the dog. Now, before we get into just how hilariously just outrageous some of the things that were said, you're going to want to protect yourself, protect your eyes, perhaps with this amazing offer from Blue Blocks. Shout out to this video sponsor, Blue Blocks. Look, I spend from the minute I wake up in the morning to the minute I go to bed at night staring at various screens, whether it's my cell phone, my monitors, my TV for playing video games, whatever the case may be. And sometimes I definitely feel that eye strain that people talk about. And now Blue Blocks has 3 different types of glasses to treat 3 different types of strain. First, the blue light computer glasses. They're clear lenses. They target headaches, sore eyes, digital eye strain, watery eyes. Summer Glow mood boosting glasses that go after migraines, stress, anxiety, and low mood. Sleep Plus blue blocking glasses have amber lenses. These target poor sleep, fatigue, and low energy. And Blue Box, in some cases, may be a little more expensive than other brands, but after working with them for so long and experiencing how much they love their product, it's absolutely worth it. Blue Box also has other amazing products like low blue light bulbs, red light therapy devices, and 100% blackout sleep masks, which I use every night. Go to blueblocks.com to save 25% today. That's BLUBLOX.com and get the 25% discount code. Is automatically applied at checkout. Now I want to start with probably the most explosive piece of testimony that happened. And it's now, don't forget, Amber has been prosecuted once before for raising their hands to a partner. The last time it was a female. But this is what the jury heard yesterday. If I didn't boomer the audio, they would have heard it. There.
Travis, I said to you.
This is a tape of their mediation. And she just makes like a shocking admission.
Hey, tell Travis what just happened.
You told me to do it. You told me to. You said, go do that.
I said, no, tell him what just happened.
And I lied.
And that you punched.
There might be some blue language here, which is not normally something I'd have on my channel. I'll try to edit it out. If I forget, I apologize.
You're right.
Thing and
you figured it out.
And I watched you lie. And then
I didn't punch you, by the way. I'm sorry that I didn't hit you across the face in a proper slap, but I was hitting you. It was.
So here, this is what you would call like a classic gaslighting scenario. I mean, any normal person on a jury is hearing this and is hearing her say, yes, I hit you. It wasn't by definition, a punch, but I definitely hit you. This is her words. And then it gets even worse.
Punching you. Babe, you're not punched.
Don't tell me what it feels like to be punched.
You know, you've been in a lot of fights. You've been around a long time. I know.
Close
You
your
didn't
face.
get punched. You got hit. I'm sorry I hit you like this, but I did not punch you.
Okay, so again, admitting that she did. And then here's where I think that she's going to lose a lot of credibility with the jury, especially the women.
did not deck you. I was hitting you. I don't know what the motion of my actual hand was, but you're fine. I did not hurt you. I did not punch you. I was hitting you.
How are you tough?
What am I supposed to do? Do this? I'm not sitting here bitching about it, am I? You are. That's the difference between me and you, baby.
So she calls him a baby. By the way, very, very brutal to have this played out in front of a jury.
Because you started.
You are such a baby. Grow the up,
Because you started
Johnny.
physical fights.
I did start a physical
Yeah,
fight.
you did. So
Yes.
And by the way, again, she again admits that she started a physical fight, and that's not going to look good. And to be totally honest, like, I'm hoping that here, in the United States, we may get a little closer to some level of justice here, because, like, she even admitted in the clip that he walked away, that he just left the situation and didn't escalate it. Except she wrote that article essentially claiming that he raised his hands to her all the time. But see, he has all sorts of evidence of her, in her own words, admitting it, and then she has literally nothing. Now, she does have some pictures of him, using, and pictures of him being, like, passed out, but, like, I don't know if that matters. That he's not on trial for not for consuming booze, and, like, the thing is, again, that this is the infamous he fell asleep or he passed out with a mug full of ice cream and it spilled on him. So what? Like, who hasn't been there? I mean, I don't even understand. Like, oh no, it's a Keith Richards CD and a couple of lines. Oh no. Like, so again, he's not on trial for using. He's alleging that the article that she wrote insinuating that it was him. Of course, everyone, effectively it was about him, even though, she probably thought the loophole of not mentioning his name specifically would protect her legally, but it doesn't. And by the way, I'm sure she's spending a fortune defending herself. And, in court, well, there's some big sacks of herb. Again, I don't know, maybe this was in California. It's not even illegal there. And there's, of course, the video where, like, he's like closing the cabinets in the kitchen, having a bit of a little baby meltdown. Even in that scenario, like, he doesn't go after her. He's taking it out on cabinets or things of that nature. So, I mean, I think all of these, like, exhibits, I think when it goes to a jury, what they have to ask themselves is, like, do I think that he hit her? And I just don't think, we're going to see, I guess, if she takes a stand. But, I mean, there's really no evidence of that. And there's no evidence of, now these text messages that came out were not great. Again, though, like, text messages between him and the guy that plays Vision in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I think it is, right? Paul Bettany. Not good. Some unflattering July 13th text messages. He said, I, of course, pounded and displayed ugly colors to Amber on a recent journey. Johnny told Bettany, as the duo planned a future trip together, ugly and sad. Oh, how I love it. Johnny added to his friend. I don't know. The texts were not great. But again, those texts were not him raising his hands to her in any way, shape, or form. Speaking much more clearly and with less affection than previous days, Johnny admitted in court Thursday that he believed in 2014 Amber was hooking up with James Franco, with whom she was making a movie. The actor bristled over low-key lawyer Rotnoborn's description of him being, quote, in a blackout for portions of a private jet flight from Boston, LA, where Johnny and Amber fought over Franco. Again, there's nothing wrong with fighting. Is Johnny drunk all the time? Probably. Is he a pillhead? Probably. But that's not why he lost his job. He lost his job because Amber wrote an article that was, in my opinion, like co-authored by the ACLU and marketed as a way to raise her, for her to get clout, essentially. And, you know, I just don't think it's working. You know, I don't think that, she looks any better than this. You know, there's clips of him, you know, here's a clip of him describing the gift.
And on my side of the bed, was human.
So he talks about what it was, his Duke.
So I understood why it wasn't a good time to go down there. She was sitting on one side of the couch, I was sitting on the other. That's when she was trying to explain a few things about Coachella
and the Duke delivery talks about saying that it was the dogs.
Saying that it was the dogs. And I'm sorry, I could not agree with her. I'd lived with those dogs. I picked up their fun. It was not the dogs.
Yeah, so him pointing out, no, it was not the dogs. He also talked about what I thought was a really good point, that this definitely cost him the Pirates of the Caribbean gig, that Disney had not removed him from the rides all over the world. They had not stopped selling Captain Jack Sparrow merch. They had not stopped selling his likeness. So he had every reason to believe that he was going to be a part of Pirates 5 until all of this happened, which is the key factor, is the loss in money that this caused. And rarely when someone is defamed, libeled, can they point to like, hey, like somebody says something crazy about you on Twitter, you can say, I'm going to sue you. But by the time you get to court, you're going to have to say, well, I have to show that this actually had some sort of damages. He definitely can do that. So it's going to be interesting to see how this all shakes out. Looks like he's wearing a pair of lenses that are protecting him from blue light. Make sure that you check out the sponsor, the discount promo code in the description and pinned comment below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.